What's up, everybody? That ended very abruptly. I apologize. I have a little co-host here. This is Miles. This is the new one. Say hi, Miles. That's about as good as it gets. But as always, I'm your host, Dave Wonder. Tonight on Articu-listed, we have a very special guest. And, well, we also have a very special... Oh, yes, I hear you. We have a very special fellow host. That's Joe, a.k.a. the Mythic Mark. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Joining us tonight is our very special guest, the Madman of Minneapolis, Matt Lind. What's up, dude? Oh my God.
It's Saturday.
I know, right? It's very strange. I'm used to seeing you on a Tuesday.
It's a different
do my best to do our best with this little dude. Here, you want to watch?
We got a mile.
There we go. But yes, so tonight on Articu-listed, we are listing our top 5 underrated toy lines of the 90s. With that being said, each one of us has no idea what each other's list is. We've all compiled these lists completely at random. Or not at random, I guess, because there are top 5 favorite lines that are underrated. So, sorry, I'm a little off my game right now. That's okay. So yeah, I guess real quick, I mean, you all in the chat know Matt, you all know Joe, but let's go a little further in depth. What toy lines did you guys collect back in the 90s? Like, what was your jam? Like, I mean, obviously, you can leave out the ones that are on your list, but what were the things that tripped you triggers back in the day? There we go. Yeah. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
Oh no!
Oh, you're pointing at the tip.
I definitely collected. I collected everything.
Nice.
I haven't stopped doing that.
I was gonna say you never stopped.
But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything for me in the 90s. As my disposable income increased, so did the number of lines I collected. And KB Toys, with their clearance, made it real easy to buy a lot of things.
3 for 10, baby. 3 for 10.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we'll start collecting, monkeys or whatever, space simians or whatever that.
Oh, you leave Captain Simian and the Space Monkeys alone, sir.
It's like, sure, whatever. They're 2 for 5. Yep, I'll collect Captain Simian now. Why not?
Right on. What about you, Joe?
Well, I was starting to collect the 80s toys. In the 90s, I was collecting the 80s toys, other than like the Tick toys and a couple other lines, 2 of which will be listed here. But they're picking up on some of the GI Joes and the Transformers and the GoBots that I'd missed out on. I still have some of those to this day too.
Right.
Just not a lot of them survived, sadly.
Yeah, I think that was the challenge of that. And Shakes, yes, this is technically Miles' premiere episode. Usually I try not to bring the boys on here, but the lovely Mayanna is out for a fun time with one of her friends and will be home shortly. So yeah, so 3 guests on the live stream for a little bit, everybody, for now. Also, what up, Josh? What up to the rest of the COJ? Thanks for stopping on by on this Saturday. Also, Aaron is very excited that you just said "Go Bots."
Yes.
So I think what we'll do is, for what, you know what, Matt? I got this backwards. Joe's calling tonight. You're our special guest. You get a tier of all your own.
Yeah.
Force of habit. Sorry, Joe.
I was fine the other way. He's a premier guest.
That's fair. So I guess we'll just we'll get going on this. So let's start out with your number 5. Oh, Miles. Okay, I know you're not 5 months yet. That's okay. We'll start with you, Matt. What is your number 5?
Oh, these are supposed to be in order. All right. Well, cool.
Again, you don't have to have it.
No, I know. I'll come up with that on the fly. For my number 5, and the toys are very much typical of the company that made them, but it's different than what you're used to seeing from them, in that they went into spaces that they don't normally go, like robots, and combining robots and stuff like that. But
Oh,
me, like, and I've never complained. It's one of the few 90s lines where I could definitely see myself going back to it. But for me, the big thing that has kept these figures around for me is I loved the cartoon. And I don't know how common it was. It was syndicated. I want to say it was either French or Canadian. Or both. Could be French Canadian. I don't know. But it was 3D or had 3D elements. And it is Botsmaster.
oh, snap!
And this is customized somewhat. This is Ziv Zoolander, but Toy Biz licensed line. The cartoon only went like 2 seasons, I think, in syndication, but I loved it and like just crazy. Combining robots, weird names that made no damn sense. I think one of the robots was named Twig, but he had like a baseball theme. Jungle Fiver was the combining robot. This is
rules.
This is the Green Bot. This is the PPB. It's got a little deal there. It spins.
I'm gonna put you full screen, man.
Around, and then
very rad.
Goes through, and then you've got Dr. Hiss with like 3 or 4 S's. These have all been customized a little bit. His heart pumping feature doesn't work anymore, but I loved this line. And they were again one of those KB like clearance specials. And I was never able to get all of them because Jungle Fiver, the combining robot, was actually kind of tough to get. But they all came with 3D glasses that worked with the show. He's got this rad. I can do it right here. So there. So his gun combines all the pieces that he wears on his body, turn into this giant rifle thing. If I can remember how to do it. There we go. So he carries all the pieces for that on his body. So yeah, I don't know. I'm Botsmaster is a weird thing that I love, and I should see if I can find a copy of it somewhere online because I would love to watch it again. Ray Ortiz, I do have Ninjas. It was Ninja with 3 Z's at the end, I believe, is how that was spelled. I do have him, but he's in pieces because he had 4 arms, or maybe it was 3 on one side and 1 on the other. But the articulation wasn't there, so he kind of fell apart because I tried to add articulation to it.
It looks amazing, though. I mean, especially considering that it was a lesser-known line.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're on par with the Marvel stuff they did for sure.
Yeah, the colors are so nice and vibrant too. Like, and actually, I swear they reused that missile firing action too.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of the engineering was reused, but yeah, I mean, I wish I had more of them, but they're really cool.
Dang, that's cool.
Very neat.
So yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a little. How does this work? Yeah.
The articulation, like again, like that holds up, like because what was that 92?
93 is the date on this guy's butt. So
nice, Darnie. My Anna came home and has grabbed the child. So, but
so yeah, that is my number 5, Botsmaster, which is Bots is an acronym, but I couldn't tell you what it stands for.
That's fair. All right, hold on. You know what? We gotta find out now.
If they ever define it, it might be one of those ones where they're like, yeah, it's an acronym. We're not going to tell you what it means.
Yeah, command is spelled with a K, right?
Yeah.
No, it is not. The Botsmaster. It doesn't.
Oh, I thought it was.
The show is known as La Maître des Bots.
Sure.
That
one does.
Yeah, apparently not.
Oh, all right. Well,
apparently just bot.
I thought it was, but I'm mistaken.
There you go. Ooh, Brandon, a solid choice. So, once again, for clarity, this is the underrated lines of the 90s. That's otherwise Exo Squad definitely in my top 5 up there.
See, yeah, some of mine are kind of fall. You know, they're definitely on that like less known maybe, but I don't know how underrated they are. Maybe just forgotten.
That's okay.
So, but we'll see.
What up, Mr. Ryan Clark? All right, Joe. What's your number 5?
My number 5. Kind of cheating because it's kind of 89, 90. Kissing it, short-lived line, the Beetlejuice toy line.
Ooh, hell yeah.
I absolutely, the vehicles, I mean, I don't think there was many. I think there's only 3 vehicles that I can think. The car, the motorcycle, and maybe something else. There wasn't many toy lines, but I really, really liked it. I liked the colors. I liked the fact that you could mix it and match it and play with the, you can kind of pose it with the real Ghostbusters figures, and you could kind of have Beetlejuice fighting the Ghostbusters. I mean, I think I used to have that whole line.
Picture of them.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. Like, oh, that's the motorcycle. Okay.
These guys.
Oh, yes. And that was like a grave.
Yeah, the grave playset, graveyard playset.
Well, and that one was cool because that was the magic crypt. So you could like put a figure in there, then pull it, and then it would disappear. It was and the little Beetlejuice would appear.
Yeah, I wish they would have kept that up a little bit. I would love to get a big sandworm out of it.
I'm surprised they didn't do a sandworm, considering that was a pretty staple character.
Yeah, but that's I'm kind of going quick, but that's my number 5. I just really love that, just for the colors and just how maybe it's part of that whole satanic panic of the 90s where people were freaking out about Beetlejuice. Because
what was Beetlejuice rated?
What up, Shake?
PG.
Okay, PG. It could have been PG. I'm more just curious because I'm fascinated with the mid 80s 90s trend of turning R-rated movies into toy lines, and I was curious if this was one that I had forgotten about.
Beetlejuice was PG.
Oh, yeah. All right.
They wanted it. I think some parental guidance things wanted it to be PG-13 because of the face stretching and the eyes popping out.
3M I2 would love an updated line. This is one of those lines where I'm like, Super 7, I'd be okay with your crazy gimmicks for this. Like, I think that'd be fun as hell. I actually have my number 5 line is actually right here. I don't have any of the figures, but I always wanted them. But SWAT Cats. The last toy line to come out from a cartoon, like where it was actively trying to advertise for it being a cartoon with toys. These were absolutely insane. They were from Remco. And I mean, just look at them.
They're beautiful.
I only ever saw them once, and it was at that big toy store that was at the Mall of America when it opened.
Yeah, that was KB Toys.
No. Yeah.
Oh, FAO Schwartz.
No.
No.
It was something different, but I think it was part of the KB family, but it wasn't branded KB.
Oh, I don't know.
It was like Toy World or something. Anyway, that's the only place I ever saw them. And that started making
looking it up.
T-Bone and Razor are still 2 of my grails. So if anybody even has busted up ones out there, please holler at your boy. Because I would absolutely love to get my hands on them. I watched the shit out of this cartoon growing up, and like I was obsessed with this show. That is why SWAT Cats is my number 5.
That's a solid 5.
All right. Then we're gonna cook through this stuff, boys. We'll move on to number 4. What is your number 4, Madman Matt?
I'm gonna go, I think, for number 4 with McFarlane's Total Chaos.
McFarlane's Total Chaos?
Total Chaos.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because look at that.
Boom.
Yeah.
His head, I didn't realize his head was there until it focused.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
This was the line that they did where they basically just let the nascent 4 horsemen just come up with characters.
Yeah.
So it's like, cyborg pirate, football player, also a lot of cyborgs, but you got this thing. Like, look at that.
That looks like it's a Beetlejuice figure. I'm just throwing it out there.
This is all bendy.
God, that's wild.
It's got bendy things down here. This is all articulated. This is design. This is brain drain. So He is built to. You take another figure. I'll just grab Wolverine here, and this goes on their head, and then the jaws come around and grab onto him and suck the brains out. So, yeah, those are rad. Let me see. I think I have some pictures here.
That's very cool.
The Total Chaos that had like the purple background with like the hot pink and blue logo.
Yeah,
is that right?
I think so. Yeah,
he had some real Saved by the Bell flash on the cards.
Yeah, but it was the 90s, boys. Them neon colors was in.
I was thinking. See, I wanted to do like one with McFarlane's Tortured Souls, but that's 2001. I didn't realize that was on the side of the 90s. So.
Dude, I totally had that figure.
Oh, Poacher's great. You got Smuggler.
Yes.
I think I used that Poacher for
Cyborg guy. And this was cool because these arms were articulated out on the side. So this, they were glued, so I had to put a bunch of glue in there to stay together. But
that checks out.
Yeah, the rhinoceros tank man thing.
Yeah, he's so cool. I think I've got him somewhere in my house.
Yeah, and this is a cyborg pirate who has a parrot that is split down the middle as a cyborg.
Ooh.
As you do.
Yeah. So yeah, Total Chaos. I love that line. It's one of the few things I still have from that era because I got rid of most of my McFarlanes, but those are some of the ones that I actually have.
Oh, randomly the background music kicked in.
No.
Yeah, all right. We can keep that, I guess. That weirded me out.
We got some Four Rooms vibes going on.
Yeah.
I was like, what just happened? Oh my god. I just noticed the big slobber stain on my shoulder from Miles.
It's not really. You can kind of see it now that you put it up, but I wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't.
It's camouflage.
Yes, it's Eco Warrior battle damage.
All right, Joe. What is your number 4?
Number 4 is something I think is kind of underrated. Just I didn't really collect them. I didn't really know a lot about them until about a couple of years ago that they even really existed. I think they're very cool. It's the Trash Bag Bunch.
Oh, yeah. Good choice.
Because I think, as far as I can recall, I think it was the first toy line that you had to expose out of something like the bag,
like the blind bag trend.
Yeah, it was a blind bag. It started the blind bag trend because
I think so.
That was a toss-up between that and Monster in My Pocket, which I think a lot of people bagged on Monster in My Pocket, but I think those little...
I think those were 80s, though. I think Monster...
maybe they were, yeah.
Monster in My Pocket definitely was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm glad
these were crazy because they had deco. Like, they had a lot of deco.
Yeah.
Now I want to kind of I want to find them all now and put them in my Dungeons and Dragons display.
Right?
Because they're just great little... They mix in so well with my Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
See, and I remember these, and I remember thinking they were so cool because a couple of the kids at my school had them. But are you done with yours, Joe? I
just want to say I love the names of some of those guys because most of them seem like the sort of thing that you come up with at 4:45 on a Friday. Like, yeah, whatever. This guy's name is Dispose All. Fine.
Dirtbagger.
That was toys in the 90s. That's just something you came up with.
So these were that crew was the precursor to these guys. Some of my all-time favorites, Z-Bots. From Micro Machines. I always thought these were underrated. They're tiny little works of art. I currently am trying to slowly rebuild my collection whenever I find them. But
I have some dupes in my collection. I'll hit you up.
Dude, same thing with what you were talking about. These were awesome. I mean, they weren't blind bags, but they were tiny. They were easy to toss in your pocket. Like nothing against the 5-inchers of Marvel and DC and stuff. Those were great, but you could maybe fit 1 or 2 of those on your person as like a 5-year-old. Like these, you could just be like, yep, I'm going to toss like 12 of these in my pocket, and then I'm going to toss another 5 in the other, and then I have the bad guys and the good guys, which I just found out recently that there's like a sword for the bad guy, or a wolf logo for the bad guys.
Oh,
like that kind of sits on their chest. I have a bunch more kind of strewn about my displays just because I love them. Oh, Mr. Mixie says, did you have or still have the Megabot? I never had the Megabot. Again, it's one of those things that I think this is something that I'm going to be hunting for hard at like Kane County and like the upcoming toy shows. Is, I could go on eBay and buy lots of them, like no sweat. But to find these little buggers at the bottom of bins and stuff, I found
Very cool.
these two. I found in the bottom of bins at FallCon a million years ago, and they're variants on other ones that I have because there was a couple different decos of each. But yeah, Shaggy says I'll just carry an army around in my pocket, right? Oh, I know what fan. Oh, you son
There
of a
you go.
gun! Just casually pulling out the Megabot.
I got it for. I'm gonna modify this so I can put one of the. I'm gonna pick probably the Tri-Sentinel
Nice,
from the HasLab.
love it.
So that's what I'm thinking. If this was in more complete condition, I would definitely hook you up. But I don't. I mean, it's.
What did your? I wasn't allowed to wear fanny packs at school. I only had my pockets. Or if we'd go out to dinner, it was frowned upon to wear fanny packs. Mixie says, Matt, it's missing its ears, but he's going to rip off the head, so it don't matter. And
That's
that was
beautiful, though.
I have the ears.
oh, you're going to destroy a perfectly good Megabot?
He's missing pieces. He's missing his butt door.
Oh, aren't we all?
Yeah.
I will absolutely give you the ears. I do not
take
need
them. I was that close. I found one of those at an antique store when I was out with the missus a couple months back, and I picked it up, and the whole thing was sticky. And I was like, damn it! Like, and the crabby thing is, like, from afar, it looked beautiful. Missiles were there, everything was there, and then it was like, it's like just gonna put
I still probably would have got it. Yeah, he's got some like paint rub on his chest and stuff. So I mean, he's not like
battle damage, bro. Battle damage. That Megabot looks like it's the toy from a never-made sequel to Chopping Mall. Mixie, let me know. Oh yeah, Dave wasn't a kid in the late '80s. Fanny packs were okay back then. Comics. I was a kid in the late '80s. I was 3. Like, I just wasn't that lucky. Void, holy crap! How's it going, Void? I wish there were more toy shows here. If I could, I'd hunt the first transforming Digimon toys. Hell yeah! Ooh, Mixie had the Mixie's brother had the bad.
Yeah, vehicles and stuff for that line too.
Dude, they had Transformers. I have. It was the It looks like a Godzilla bot, and then you bring it down and goes, like has teeth and shit. It's amazing. So yes, that was my number 4 with Z-Bots. All right, Matt, we going back to you, my friend, with Race.
Yes.
3.
Let me find my pictures here.
It's okay.
No, I just gonna.
The only problem with taking these Z-Bots down out of the displays, I'm like, I'll play with them. Like, I don't know if you can hear this, but I am actively like just playing with them on screen. And fun fact, this was my first Z-Bot I ever got. I traded a drawing of Captain America I did to my friend Cody for this back in the day, and I actually had to glue his gun arm back on because it broke at its tiny little wrist. But this was my first Z-Bot I ever got. Yeah, it's fucking rules.
All right,
Matt, you find them?
I got. Yep.
All right, here we go, Matt.
This
is your number 3.
I kind of regret getting rid of these. I had the full set. I've done some customized.
Ooh, Monster Squad?
Monster Force.
Or Monster Force. There we go. Not Monster Squad.
Monster Force. Yeah. Yeah, it's right there. MF, man.
Dude, you know how tiny that is on my screen right now?
There.
Nice.
Oh,
them MF.
Yeah. Oh, they were super good. Playmates. So the paint was under detail as a budding customizer. That was the great thing about these, and it's like all the unpainted detail.
Yeah,
you could go after. They came with little like diorama stands that also didn't have much paint, but then you got like look at that. And there was a Dracula and a Frankenstein. And
I love that so much.
Boom.
Yeah, it was a super fun.
Oh, there you go.
I was gonna say I got creature.
Nice. Yeah, my creature.
Huh?
Is that my creature? It might be.
No, I don't know where I got this one. No, because I got this I got this one on card, and I was all excited that I got one on card for like $5. And by the time I got it home, I picked it up and it fell off the card. So I was like, well, I guess I'm opening him. Like by default, he was behind Menomina. But yeah,
the Dracula from that line was really cool. The third member of Monster Force that actually made a toy of, because there was a female member in the cartoon, which I think is another one of those, like, okay, 2 seasons and done deals like Skeleton Warriors and all the other stuff from that era. But
yes, boy. Yes, we can.
Trip Hansen, who had a giant, like, spring-loaded grabby hand thing.
Dude, that whole line was amazing. Fucking solid grab. In fact, I'm gonna swap out one of my toy lines right now.
Oh,
because damn it, Matt. Okay, you're making me switch up my plan here.
Okay,
you brought up you touched a core memory in my brain. So all right, Joe.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Are you good? Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, that's what I'm putting out there for number 3.
Joe,
awesome. Good choice.
You're up. Number 3.
My number 3, another short line, Skeleton Warriors.
Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah.
I love them. I just love the little creepy skeletons, you know. I think people made the mistake of thinking that was Mummies Alive. No, it's not Mummies Alive. Mummies Alive sucked. No, I'm not just.
Mummies Alive was also a rad toy line.
Actually, they were a really cool toy line, but not a very good cartoon.
I was Mummies Alive. I was considering Mummies Alive.
Yeah, I wasn't yucking anybody's yum. I was kidding. No, I really dig the Skeleton Warriors. God,
yeah. So Dr. Aracula.
Dr.
Acula ruled.
And then they never did there was the samurai skeleton that was unproduced.
There was a couple of skeletons they didn't do, unfortunately.
This is a line I'd like to collect again. Like I'd like to start hunting this line again. You know, just some loose ones. I want to start hunting that again.
Joe, we're going on a mission. I actually know a shop that has a full set, both loose and on card.
What?
That's not far from here.
I had most of them back in the day, and man, and then the humans were honestly really solid figures.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Well, I'll just say my birthday's coming up, so tell my wife that's she could never figure out what I want. So
hey,
that theme song.
We're going on a road trip.
The Skeleton Warriors song freaking ripped,
dude. Oh man, don't make me change my order again, because one of the lines that I have had a theme song that slaps, my friend. Absolutely slaps. Oh god, that is such a tiny picture. Damn it. I only have one figure from
yes, there was a horse toy du jour. My horse was also rad.
Dude, yeah. So fun thing, they had a bootleg line of Skeleton Warriors over in Europe called Blood Warriors.
What?
Nice.
And I was lucky enough, I got to go overseas when I was a younger kid because of my dad's work. We went over for a couple weeks, and basically they were the Skeleton Warriors, but their chest cavities had blood pouches, and basically the game was you just kind of stabbed at each other and tried to make the other one bleed.
Freaking cool.
Oh my god, I can't find a decent picture of this line. How can I not find a decent picture of this line?
I didn't know this existed. Holy shit.
No, they're very cool.
Right?
No, this let's see if I can find a picture of it. Yeah,
is it the Blyos line?
No, those were fine. I guess, but they didn't really, go very far.
All right.
These pictures are too small.
I know, right? So I'm gonna throw this up there. This is my. Oh man, wait. Yes. All right. My number 3 goes to this fantastic toy line that had some of the weirdest action features and some of the weirdest characters. But goddamn, I loved Ultra Force.
Yes.
You had a hard case, and you had. Oh my god, it was just so good. You could rip him apart limb from limb. That was his superpower. You had some of the usual, like, you press the button, it shoots something. Same thing with hard case. You have friggin' Nightman and like 30 different variants of Prime. All the bad guys were really cool. The Deca was really cool. The comics were really weird. Like, I always liked that Prime was like a normal teenage kid, and then he got covered in goobers, and then he became out as Prime. I don't know. I think this line was highly underrated. The bad guys were really cool looking. The good guys were really cool looking. It wasn't Marvel or DC, although technically Malibu was Marvel Comics. I just absolutely love this toy line. So Ultra Force gets my number 3.
That's beautiful.
I'm really sorry to derail, Dave, but I just found out this existed.
Hold up. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
What?
That is an unproduced Skeleton Warriors Bone Dragon.
Oh,
God dang.
Yeah.
Bone Dragon was my nickname in high school.
Bone Dragon?
Yeah.
Can we change your name to that instead of Bone Dragon? What up, Bone Daddy?
And he's got like, knives on his head, so that's cool. Anyway,
Quinn, also a solid line. Pirates of Darkwater.
Oh,
Yeah,
very solid line.
Mixie, we were robbed.
I know, it's a real shame.
That's
See,
amazing.
like the crazy thing is there's like Toxic Crusaders and like Savage Dragon. There's so many lines out there that I'm like, I thought about for this, but I'm like, no, those were really popular lines. Like those were really like beloved toy lines. But we're going for those underrated ones. We're going for those under the radar lines, and we're going to number 2 with Matthew. So Madman, what you got?
All right, so I don't know how underrated this is, but I feel like it's forgotten, and it's definitely from a property that's kind of fallen off. I think a lot of people's radars, probably because they're dying.
Oh no!
I mean,
wait, the people or the toy line?
The people. I mean, it's
Throne of Games comes in. Botsmaster.
It's a 70. It was a I want to say it was a 70s show that had a weird revival in the 90s. And so you got to go for me with Rosaurus and Speed Racer.
Oh shit, Speed Racer, dude.
And they're of that era, so they're not like
they were Aaron.
Articulation wise, they're on par with like Kenner's Batman stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, just for the Mach 5.
Yeah, the Mach 5 on that is beautiful.
Just
that's still the best Mach 5.
Gorgeous piece of.
Boy, I'd kill to find some Savannah boards.
And it's got all the gimmicks. Put the saw blades in there.
Oh, excuse me.
And yeah, I was catching it on, I know it was on MTV for a minute just because they were trying to fill time in the middle of the night.
And it was awesome.
And I watched it when it was on Cartoon Network. But they captured some of the sculpts are a little iffy, but most of them are really good. I mean, Pops is great.
Dude, they did Chim Chim.
Yeah. Well,
no Chim Chim cookies though.
So Chim Chim is great.
Right.
And is dead on.
That's a beautiful little monkey right there.
To the animation. Spritle a little weird.
Yeah, it looks a little doughboyish. But at the same time, it looks pretty dead on to the art.
Do they fit in the trunk?
Mr. X, of course, who, unbeknownst to me, secretly is missing Brother X.
Yes. That no one recognized.
I still think it's the only toy line that ever gave us, and I'm probably wrong here, but it's definitely the only one I can think of. Where's the rest of it? I had it here too. It fell on the floor.
He's pulling us out further and further. I will string you along.
The plunger with the dynamite accessory, it's
such a short fuse. That was always my thing with that toy line. I'm like, you're gonna die if you detonate that.
Oh yeah, it's like 10 feet away.
Yeah,
you're absolutely and this is a lot of dynamite.
Yeah, I got you now. Shit. Dead, insta dead.
You could do you can mix that with all the James Bond Jr. stuff from the 90s. You can mix that with it.
Joe. No. James Bond Jr. is one of my honorable mentions because that line was insane.
It was.
Did they get to Racer X, who is definitely Speed Racer? So they did. You showed them.
They did, but they never made the shooting star, sadly. So.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
All right.
God dang. I strive for that beard.
You could do that beard. You could do it.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna need some. Grab some.
Getting there. It's getting there.
Grab some hot glue or something. And
That's
Hot
your
glue?
cosplay outfit. That's your
I like
cosplay
that.
outfit right there.
I'm not
You could-
putting hot glue in my beard.
You could do that. You could cosplay as that outfit. Only then you'd be in a thick wool suit at a con, and that would be horrible.
Be beautiful. He's a Speed Racer for a reason. Gotta be famous. God dang.
yeah. So yeah, I've hung on to these because they're just so.
They're great. Also, Resaurus and Palisades, I would argue, are two of the most crazy cool toy manufacturers that I miss.
Well,
yearly.
speaking of, again, I'm going to derail, but speaking of your Palisades, reminded me of Boss Fight's new announcement.
Oh yeah,
So,
we'll get to that on Monday.
all right.
They're making Fraggle Rock figures. Hell
Seen a
yeah.
couple. Yeah.
Doozers, baby. And Andrew, that's not any lack of commitment to Speed Racer. Commitment to me keeping my beard.
He won't even change his name to Cornpone Brotch.
You won't throw his kid into a trunk with a monkey.
I told you we can't do that anymore, Joe.
But if
All right,
it was the
Joe.
90s, you still could.
Joe, what's your number 2?
Oh, it is. I was juggling a toss-up on my number 2, but I'm going to go with something that's near and dear to me because I loved the cartoon. I think the toy line was short-lived. It's Darkwing Duck.
Ooh, solid choice.
Nice.
Solid choice.
I love I love Darkwing Duck anyway. But I couldn't decide if it was underrated or if it was justly rated, and so I'm going with Darkwing Duck. It was popular, but I don't think the toy line back then was that popular.
No, it didn't last very long because I think there was
No.
several unproduced figures as well for that.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
other figures, but these were a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Actually.
I never owned that Gizmo book.
I don't think any of these ones
I don't
actually
think any of
came
those
out.
came out.
Yeah, this was from the Toy Fair catalog.
Oh,
but
okay.
look at what they would have made.
Yeah, see, I would like to see that Nega Duck exist, and the
Right?
Quacker Jack.
Well, a Liquidator has just got kind of a weird human centipede thing going on.
It's a very Hydra Man, like 90s
Yeah.
Hydra Man figure. My Megavolt sparked once and then never again. But yeah, the yeah, Darkwing Duck had an insane lineup of figures that did get made. And if they would have gone with the Wave 2, it would have been absolutely insane. I believe this. Oh, this
So you
is
showed that
all-
picture. You showed that, yeah. See,
Yeah.
Those were the ones that actually saw the light of day.
Yeah, but that was a nice little toy line. No articulation, really. It didn't do much moving, but it was just pretty. See, that scared me when you showed that because I was like, did I not know that those existed?
No, those were the unreleased. These were the ones that were.
That's what came out, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
They
Andrew
could've done-
says, I'm still pissed the Tailspin line never got to make / release the Shere Khan in a business suit. Damn you. Me too, Aaron.
Gotta run and get my
Also the fact that, why can't I think? What the hell was his name? It was Gosling and
Goslin and, yeah, what was his name?
Shit.
Sheldon?
It
Sheldon.
had to be
That
Sheldon.
sounds
Everybody, every
Honker.
young.
Hawker. Yes.
Look how big he is.
Yeah, he's
And look how tiny Launchpad is.
Wasn't Sheldon on DuckTales?
No, I don't think so.
Which one was Sheldon?
Sheldon was Gosling's friend. This guy.
that's
Oh, no.
that's Hawker.
Honker, sorry. No. Sheldon was the egg from Garfield and Friends.
That's
Yeah, okay. There's.
from US Acres.
There's the deep cut.
It really sucks that the line didn't last long enough to make Negaduck. I actually had Darkwing and Launchpad as a kid, which is part of the reason why I like Darkwing Duck and not DuckTales. Or more than DuckTales, sorry.
And the vehicle,
Sheldon was also Tiny Toons. I think
mm,
there were many Sheldons.
Yeah.
but
Man,
that's my. I had to kind of toss it up. You know.
So my number 2 originally was going to go to one of the most beloved lines of Joe's, with the Tick.
Yes.
However,
Absolutely.
I would stand by that this line was very well loved.
Yeah.
Because this saw a lot of releases. It was on shelves for a very long time, and I know a lot of kids that had Tick figures. But I legit, as we've been talking, my brain went. And I remembered a toy line that I had. I actually think I only had one figure of from this. I know a bunch of my friends had like random figures from this, and none of us could ever remember what the hell toy line they were from. And that toy line is Little Dracula.
All right.
This figure was these were awesome. So like Little Dracula, his red eyes lit up. They had
gorgeous.
crazy vehicles. They had
There's
stuff like Garlic Man, Twin.
There's a villain named the Man with No Eyes. That's
Yep. And he has a grabby hand
Oh.
that shoots at specifically Maggot and Twin Beaks. I remember my friend Steve had them. We had no idea what line they went to as little kids. We were just like, well, random flasher suction cup guy is gonna go hang out with the Ninja Turtles now. Their action features were minimal. It was mostly tied to their accessories. They were well sculpted, very cartoony figures, very bright and colorful. I would put them on par with another honorable mention, which is Creepy Crawlers action figures.
Yeah, the action figures. Yeah.
Just what?
I always forget there was action figures for that.
Yeah, and they were fucking bright and shiny. And I found out there's a crazy cult following for them after the fact. Because I was like, man, those would be cool to put in the backdrop. I'll go see if I can find those. Because surely they're not that much money. Oh, $75? Well, heck me. All right.
Dude, the other day I had my hands on a Creepy Crawler's oven.
Dude, nice.
It was in package and it was unopened, and I was like, I'm taking this home with me. But the guy wanted way too much for it. I couldn't touch it.
Stone Protectors, another solid line. One that crossed my mind. But so that was our number 2.
Was Little Dracula, was that attached? Tell me that was attached to a cartoon.
It was
a cartoon, yeah.
Okay, I've never seen that cartoon. Now I have to hunt that down because I need to see it.
I'm just going to show these real quick. These are just a couple of the Creepy Crawlers action figures. But they were wild.
Yeah.
They're bright. Yeah. All of them had little ooze. Each one of them actually came with a plate that you could make creatures for to put on them. Like, really, really cool gimmick behind it. They had dudes like this guy. Like, there's the cartoon. But just bright and colorful. And I don't know. I love me some bright and colorful toys. I always think those are the most, like, reminiscent. Ooh, Edward throwing his number 1 at Double Dragon.
I was tempted by those back in the day. I never did pull the trigger, but I did watch the cartoon.
I didn't know that there were toys until like years later. But we've gone with our deuces. Let's go to number 1. So Matt, what is your number 1?
All right. Again, anything that's actually survived in my collection from that era to this day has got to be something good. And I don't know how obscure they actually are, how underrated, but I do feel like, again, they're forgotten. And it's a concept that I really wish somebody would run with, but I suppose it doesn't make... I was surprised that they were able to sell these as cheaply as they did back in the day, but McFarlane's...
Whoa!
They were, these were like $15, I want to say. You get a whole, like 4-inch figures with a play set.
Hell yeah.
I like that dragon guy a lot.
Yeah, dude.
This is Phantom of the Opera.
I have the werewolf up there somewhere, and the disemboweled hunter.
Yeah, and if this will focus, I should
Focus. Focus.
It's trying to focus on me.
It's because it loves you.
But and then the mask comes off. If I can get it.
Dude, and like they had Frankenstein, and you could like pull out its brain. The
Yeah,
creature's brain.
Frankenstein removable brain. I've got a few more here. I don't have the full set complete, sadly, but I mean, there's this rad bat. Then it was like one of those gimmicks where it would spin around the crypt and the coffin would be in there. There could be Dracula inside. This came with Dr. Frankenstein. They did Igor with Frankenstein's monster first, but this came with the Dr. Frankenstein figure, and he's got removable guts.
Yeah, you could disembowel them essentially.
Yeah, and then
Useful.
with just all the little like play sets with like action features and stuff. Here's the mummy.
That's
Hell yeah.
fantastic.
The executioner, I think, was my
There's a bendy snake that comes out from under there. This is busted, but it does open up.
I'm gonna share the screen real quick. I got a couple of the sets pulled up.
Yeah.
So you got Igor, and you could swap out the heads, and the brains came off.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing was they had ball sockets that were the bones sticking out
Yes.
of the arms. There's Hunchback and the
Got that one. That executioner figure is super rad. The bell works.
yeah.
It just is plastic on plastic.
Yeah,
so
that werewolf is nice.
This was my personal favorite because you could put the hunter back together, and he was just a really grim-looking hunter. And so
they have one of those on card at Comic College, and I'm tempted by it every time because I don't have the hunter anymore.
Oh, dude, if I can find mine, he's yours.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm tempted to get it anyway, just to have like a complete one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the like
there's the whoa.
Like so, it's a whole like undersea diorama. The boat, a separate piece. The water's on there.
God.
You build this, and then so yeah, we've had two takes on the creature tonight. Here's
Yeah,
Tiny Max.
So dope.
that's really nice.
And I think I sacrificed his helmet for a
Custom.
GI Joe custom at one point. But
Does he have hair?
he does. He's got
Ugh.
your glued on mat of hair. He also has. I don't think I brought it in here, but he does have. You can tear his arm off and replace it with like a bloody one.
Oh God, that's rad.
So
Man, it's wild what they could get away with back then. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah, McFarlane Monsters.
You're number one.
That would be my number one.
Those are really nice.
Hell yeah. All right, Joe.
Okay,
Saga to me.
so my number one, it kind of works with the same dilemma you had with the Tick.
Yeah.
It had that weird popularity. It stayed on shelves for a while, but it's still going to be my number one because I think it is or was underrated until they started remaking it, and it's Earthworm Jim.
Oh shit! Right on.
Yeah, just for the fact that they have Evil T-Cat, they have Professor Monkey for a head. That such a beautiful line, and I mean it's a spin-off, from a cartoon, of course, but also from one of my favorite video games.
Oh, the game is
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah.
Things.
I always loved Princess What's Her Name.
Yes.
Yes.
The only figure that I regularly find at shows.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
I never.
weird.
I am still after a vintage Earthworm Jim. Like I know there's new ones coming out and stuff. I'm like, I don't give a crap about those. They're fine and dandy like nuts and candy. This is the Earthworm Jim that I remember being like, that's freaking cool. Like back. In the day.
See, I'm torn about buying the new line because I so dearly love the old line.
It doesn't compete, man. The vintage line has something that, and I stand by that with a lot of figure lines. Oh shit! Look out there! Almost knocked over my wash cup onto my keyboard. It's been a day. Which actually, Joe, do you have anything else? I don't want to cut you off.
No. I think that was my. It was between that and Extreme Dinosaurs for my number one. So I had to go with Earthworm Jim, though.
So my number one probably won't surprise many people, but I do think it was underrated because of its paint, because of its variety of characters, and because of the crazy detail that just went into these figures. It's Wildcats. Um, I, you guys know I love me some Wildcats, but
You definitely do.
I will say, like, the paint again, Playmates toys. Just like Earthworm Jim, just like so many of the lines that we've talked about tonight. Just absolutely killed it with the detail. I mean, okay, yeah, we've seen Grifter. There was a couple different variations, very, very basic articulation, but it did the trick. The Damonite is the one that gets me because you have a two-toned, airbrushed, like fucking effect. All those little dots and pimples and skin, dude.
Yeah.
Hellspawn, fucking Void with the vac metal.
The vac metal, Hellspawn's flame and head and everything, like that was they executed real. Slag,
dude, slag is dope. I actually, funny thing is, Oliver stole my like loose slag that I had in here because he's like, "Can I see the rock guy?" And
I never I didn't read the comic at the time, because I don't know how available it was in where I was at, and I was already buying enough stuff. But
it was a cartoon, wasn't it?
I didn't watch the cartoon either because I don't know when it was on. But I had all the toys, and I was curious about the characters just from the toys.
Dude, it's they're just so good. Like I know I bring these up a lot, and I hesitated on making this my number one because I'm like, God damn it, they're gonna be like, oh, fucking Wildcats again. But
they didn't do Turtles: The Next Mutation.
Turtles: Next Mutation, cool, like really cool toys, but the source material sucked balls. So that one stays. It's Turtles also. I would say Turtles is pretty damn mainstream.
Yeah, underrated of the Turtles line.
I talked about Ultra Force earlier, but yeah, these were awesome. I found out later on that the big figs, like the Maul, Spartan, and Grifter, the original idea behind that was they just wanted a big Maul. And basically, like, the toy execs were just kind of like, well, why don't we do Grifter and Spartan too? And they're like, yeah, okay,
fine.
It's like I legit have the big Maul just chilling in with my Wildcats team up there because I'm like that cuts the very heroic, like 90s rific superhero team. But no worries, B, no worries. They've never stopped bringing up Wildcats. Oh, I won't. Don't worry. Because
don't worry.
I will say this. This is cool.
Sure.
Right? That's fun. It's great. Whatever. Anyway, you know what wins? This guy. 5 points of articulation. I like to this day.
He's got swivel in his gloves.
Oh, dude, yeah, right. He give you like the mother of all purple.
He's got 7 points.
Listen, listen to how tight that is, though. Oh my god, this figure's what, 94? 94. Yeah. But yeah, again, my number one.
It's a solid choice.
The Jim Lee Turtles. I'm surprised you didn't go for those.
Again, part of the Turtles line, though.
Yeah. Well,
like, that's kind of the thing where I'm just like, Turtles is Turtles. Like, I feel like that just lumps into one, like, hey, it's a really big property that's been going forever at that point. Turtles. And are they going to give us all 4? No. You get 3. Let Dave make the 4th one for many people and then forget to keep one for himself. I'm working on getting back to that. What up, Forgiven? Don't worry, you can catch the replay. That's way easier to recap. But actually, you know what? We'll recap right now. Matt, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you got?
All right. Number 5 was Bossmaster, and it's down below the table here, so I'm not gonna grab it. Number 4 was Total Chaos. Number 3 was Monster Force. Number 2 was Resources Speed Racer, and number 1 was McFarlane Monsters.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Joe.
Number 5 was Beetlejuice. Number 4 was the Trash Bag Bunch. Number 3 was Skeleton Warriors. Number 2 was Darkwing Duck. And number 1 was Earthworm Jim.
Hell yeah. I am trying desperately to remember because I changed like 3 things on the fly. I believe it was. Oh boy.
No, I'm
SWAT cats.
Yes.
Number 5. Ultra Force.
Yeah.
At number 4. Number 3. Oh God, this is really hard. I feel really.
Creepy Crawler's in there somewhere.
No, Creepy Crawlers was in there, but Little Dracula.
Little Dracula.
Because I got the legit. I think it was Joe said something like, "Little Dracula, yeah, grab that." It was DuckTale or Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
Or no, number 3 was number 2 was Little Dracula, and number 1 was Wildcats. It's Good Against Evil. But those were our lists, and we have all been Articu-listed. That is the name of the show, and I was trying to come up with a catchy way to end this. But if you like this, if you like us doing these goofy streams with crazy lists and stuff like that, let us know. Do you like it when we do this live, or should I try and do a more produced video? I tried my best to do the production on this side, flying by the seat of my pants, but I think it was pretty okay. Comic says, "Oh my God, he said it 3 times. Now I am dead."
5,000 Extreme Ghostbusters. That would have been a good pick.
Yeah. I thought Extreme Ghostbusters was 2000.
It might have been.
Hold on. We can find this out right now. But please, in the chat down below, let us know what your Articu-listed list of the top 5 90s underrated toy lines is. We're going to keep on doing this. We're going to keep making weird lists. If there's people that you want to see come on here, let me know. Matt, thank you so much for coming on.
Joe, man.
What?
I said thanks a lot, man.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was like, wait, what? But Matt, yes, thank you for coming on. Joe, thank you for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. See, Street Sharks, though, I think Street Sharks was a mainstream line that was very much appreciated because...
That's why I almost went with Extreme Dinosaurs, because it's, it was way less known than Street Sharks. Street Sharks was, but Extreme Dinosaurs is still very cool.
You had Vin Diesel talking about him at Toy Fair. Man, remember, they're awesome. No, yeah, Extreme Ghostbusters was 1997. Crap! Oh. That would have been a really, really good one. Damn it. Well, just goes to show you, anybody's list can be right, anybody's list can be wrong, but everybody's list is
wrong. It's a list.
Damn it! I had a cool outro. It's been Articu-listed. Good night, everybody. Now you want honorable mention? Jesus Christ, Joe.
Exactly.
Hey, I've got some runners up.
All right, we're gonna do a post credits honorable mentions. Hope you stayed around. All right, you know what? We'll do 3 honorable mentions. We'll start. Jesus Christ, Joe. Joe, this is what I picture you looking like as a teenager. Be like white beard and all.
No, the white beard wasn't there yet. It was still black.
Future state. Grow the hair out. Wear the sunglasses.
No, these are the rear view sunglasses from the 90s. Man. They got those rear view things. So just that's how you stop muggers. Yeah.
All right, Matt. We're gonna go rapid fire. 3 honorable mentions to you, then 3 honorable mentions to Joe, then boom, 3 honorable mentions to myself. So, Matt, what are your 3 honorable mentions?
I already had these up. I'm gonna share my screen again. Where's my stupid thing? There we go. All right.
Ooh, solid choice.
Yeah, Toy Business Darkstalkers 3 line. That's going to get in there as a runners up. These were great. I loved them. Really cool toys. Great adaptations of the games. I'm also going to stop my sharing because I don't have anything else to share. I'm going to go with Mummies Alive.
Nice.
Yeah. love those toys, and in doing it was on my short list, and then I was looking it up, and I realized that the names of their vehicles are just wonderfully stupid. You've got the Hot Raw Sky Car and the Nihilator Jet Cycle.
Did you get one of the sectars stuck to your backdrop, Joe? Oh.
Yes.
Nice. And all right, I need a third one. Dang. All right.
That one did.
Let me look around here. You know what? I'm going to go with I think it was Bandai, but it might not have been in the States. But their Mega Man line.
Ooh, solid.
Yeah. They were great, but it's still the only place where some of these Robot Masters have actually had toys. Like there isn't a Drill Man on any other line.
Huh.
Of the classic design. Same thing with and some other stuff like that. So yeah. Who made these? I can't remember. Anyway.
I would say Mighty Max was a pretty beloved toy line.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. I think it was definitely up there for sure.
So yeah, those are my 3 runners up.
Hell
yeah. All right, Joe, go.
Okay, I think I will put Extreme Dinosaurs as one of my runners up because I called it. I really was it Jaws and what did they say? Jaws and bones and teeth. What was that? Jaws and bones and meat and teeth or something like that. Was the
Jaws? Wow.
Hey, you know what? Those were all my nicknames in high school. No. Anyways,
Jaws and bones, meat and teeth, walking down the hallway again.
I mean, don't go too far down that road, Dave, because one of the Extreme Dinosaurs was named Spitter.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
was it? Never mind. All right, Joe. Any other ones?
Let's go with. See, I've already mentioned it, but I was going to go with as an honorable mention. I would go with the Creepy Crawlers because you mentioned it too. But like the Creepy Crawlers oven baking toy, which it did get some popularity, but like the other day at an estate sale, I found a bunch of those Creepy Crawlers bugs, and my kid stole every one of them. He's like, Dad, what are these? I was like, oh man, they're Creepy Crawlers bugs. That's where I found the oven that I really wanted to buy, but I just wasn't going to pay that much for it.
Well, yeah, I don't know where you'd be able to get the gel to actually.
You can buy it now. There's a couple different companies making it, and they actually have made a new formula that's out for the new Creepy Crawlers oven.
All right. Well, I will. I stand corrected.
I'll just buy it, and then I'm trying to think of a third because I can't do the tick. I'm trying to think of something. I'm thinking of something not 80s and not 2000s because there's kind of a dead zone for me in the 90s.
That's fair.
Because I could always go Z-Bots, but we've already said. I'm trying to think of something we haven't already said.
I was not going to say he was a quitter, Rum Hambles.
Yeah, it's so hard because like I want to go with like the Toxic Crusaders stuff is really good, but
Monsters in My Pocket were 1990.
Oh, well, Forgiven's throwing out Mighty Ducks.
Then I'm going with Monsters in My Pocket.
All right. See, and Mighty Ducks was the one that I swapped out for Ultra Force because the Mighty Ducks toy line, I've very recently gone back and I've gotten the majority of that toy line from like dollar bins and such, and I have the full team. My son and I just watched some of the cartoon show. It's very, very fun. 3M Power Rangers was definitely not underrated. That was fucking everywhere.
I got one. Biker Mice from Mars. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
That's my third.
So Mighty Ducks definitely in there. So another one that Matt mentioned, I was like, you shut your mouth. Captain Simian and the Space Monkeys, because they produced the whole team. They produced Rhesus 1 and Rhesus 2, and it was okay because it was a stupid repaint, but he gets cloned into a different body. They made the 2 ships for it.
Yeah, they went hard.
What?
They went hard.
Dude, they went hard, and it was a really well-made toy line. And finally, and this is where the toss-up comes for my number 3 honorable mention, because both toy lines, loved by some, not by others. Small soldiers.
No.
Because these were great figures. There were some people who didn't know there were small soldiers figures.
That's true.
Yeah.
I brought this up. I actually fixed this for my buddy Austin. And it was funny when I was gluing it back together on the stream. People were like, "They made small soldier toys." It's like, yeah, man. They weren't as articulated. None of them were.
No.
But
I think what was it? Stan Winston Studios though sold like
really expensive replicas
of the movie ones, and they were like $1,000 or something.
Gargoyles had many decent things in the 90s, and again, another toy line that was very well loved. Same thing with Captain Planet. Again, I would say Captain Planet was a pretty high selling one. But again, for my final honorable mention, again, loved by some, completely unknown to others. Bucky O'Hare.
I was wondering when it was coming out. I was wondering when somebody was going to say it.
These were this is not Jackson from Star Wars. But I remember as a little kid, I had a VHS of, I think it was 1 or 2 episodes of Bucky O'Hare, and I thought it was so cool. Again, this dude hung out with my my space Usagi, and they were pilot and co-pilot.
I had a Toadborg that I used as a Ghostbusters villain.
Dude, that Toadborg was every bad guy for the longest time. But yeah,
I've got to track down the comic, because the idea, I love that Larry Hama and Michael Golden designed the characters to be toys to the point where they are drawn with holes in their feet and pegs on their gear to hold their weapons.
Yeah, they were said. They say that they're boosters in the comic for the feet thing, which that ain't a booster. Just saying. Sure. Anyways, all right. Your good list can be good, your list can be bad, but you know what? All of them are Articu-listed. Good night, everybody. There, I got the outro in.